Hey everyone, if this is your first time to my channel, hello and welcome. My name is Emily and today I am doing something that I am very scared to do, but it is in the name of science and I had to do it. Today I'm going to be depotting the Natasha Denona Sunset palette, so hold on tight. So I'm sure you guys are already aware, but the Natasha Denona Sunset palette looks like this. It is a warm-toned, kind of neutral palette, I suppose, with some pops of color in there. This has been out for about a year and I got it when it launched, and this baby retails for a whole whopping $129. I know, why did I buy a palette that's $129? I don't know. But I bought it, I use it every so often, but I don't use it nearly as much as I would like to because I literally forget that I have it because it's in palette form. There's only really two palettes that I reach for very often, and that's the Lime Crime Venus XL palette and the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette, and I'm sure one day I will want to depot those too. But I really want to integrate this into the rest of my single eyeshadows. I could definitely see putting this yellow next to the rest of my yellows and getting way more use out of it, putting this peach next to the rest of my peaches and using it a lot more. I just forget to bust this guy out because, I don't know, it just gets lost in the collection, and I'm more of a single eyeshadow kind of girl, and I'm more tempted to use something if it's kind of color coordinated with all of my existing eyeshadows, if that makes sense. I know not everyone's like that, but for some reason I am. So I'm going to go ahead and attempt to depot this today. I'm very, very nervous because this is $129, and if I break a shadow, I actually think that I will cry. So brace yourselves for that. If I break a shadow, tears will be shed, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a go. And I actually got this idea from Georgia Harris. So hey girl, let's hope this goes well. So let's go ahead and get into what we're going to need today. We are going to need, obviously, our palette. This is a Z palette that I tried to clean as best as I could. I know it's hideous and disgusting. All of my Z palettes are so gross and ugly, and I just bought some new ones from ColourPop that will be cute and not hideous to look at, so bear with me here. All of mine are just used and abused, and I have just used the crap out of them. So I have an empty Z palette here that I will be putting my shadows into. I have some tin foil to go in between my straightener and the palette so I don't melt the packaging. I have a straightener. I turned it on to 370, so pretty hot, but not as hot as it could go. I believe this one goes to 420 or so. And then I have my depotting spatula, as per usual. God, I'm literally so nervous, but I know I have to do this. Ever since Georgia suggested doing this, I have been just considering it and wanting to do it, but just so scared that I wasn't really sure. But I was just watching TV and it just came to me today that why not, why not just go for it? So I have done a video on how to depot in the past. So if you need an in-depth explanation on how I depot things, I'll go ahead and link it in the cards and go ahead and watch that guide. But I'm just going to go straight into it today. And I'm just putting my Z palette on top of the mirror so I don't blind you guys. Okay, here goes nothing. So I'm going to go ahead and pop my tin foil onto my straightener there. And then I am just going to put the $129 eyeshadows in between the tinfoil and the straightener. So this way the glue is heating up on the bottom of the pans, but I'm not destroying the packaging because I think this packaging is pretty. I definitely don't think that this is worth $129. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this on here for about, I don't know, 10 more seconds or so. And it's already been on for about 20 seconds, so I'm just going to leave it on for about 30 seconds. And let's go ahead and get into depotting here. I'm actually shaking. Like, that's no lie. I'm actually like kind of shaking right now because I'm so scared. So I need to keep a very steady hand. I'm just going to put my tinfoil on the ground out of sight. And let's go ahead and start with the yellow shade, which I believe is Soul. Oh. Well, alrighty then. So I have really good news for you guys wanting to depot a Natasha Denona palette. There is no glue on the back of these. This is a magnetic. Is it magnetic? Hold on. It's magnetic. Oh my god. Okay. Thank you, Lord. It is magnetic, no glue. We have one out. Oh my goodness gracious. I literally thought that I was going to be cracking these shadows because of the glue, but I'm not going to speak too soon because you never know. So I'm just going to slide this guy onto this side. Eee! Oh my god. I'm literally shaking. Do you see that? I'm so scared, but it has to be done. It's for science. I can't believe this right now. Okay, I did ding that guy a little bit, but it's not a huge deal. So here we have the red shadow. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn my straightener off here because we have no use for this. So bye-bye, straightener. So let's keep on keeping on here. Then we have this nice coppery metallic shade out. I did in fact depot my Natasha Denona Joya palette, which was from I believe it was the holiday collection of this year, but they're still for sale, so it's a little confusing whether or not it was like a holiday collection, a limited edition collection. I never really know with companies because, you know, limited edition could mean 3 weeks and limited edition could mean half a year. But if you have been eyeing those, they're still available, and they were really easy to depot, apparently just like these are. There goes the gold shade, popping it right into the palette. This is the shade Horizon, which I have hit pan on, and this is one of the most underwhelming orange shades I have ever come across in my life. Personally, for me, there is barely any pigment. I have heard other people say that that orange shade works totally fine for them, and one person even told me that I probably have a defective palette and to send it back, but it had already been so long since I got it at that point that I just gave up on it. But I did see Jay Kissa say that the orange shade sucked for her too, so I know that I am not alone in thinking that. So we have a whole whopping 2 more to do here, and it looks like this is going to fill up the palette perfectly. So I am so incredibly relieved right now. You have absolutely no idea. I thought this was just going to be like a complete horror show, but well, there you have it. Here is the old palette, the Natasha Denona Sunset palette. This is what she looks like now, completely barren and empty and naked and dirty. And here is my Z palette. We have done it! I'm so freaking excited about this. Now I can integrate these into my everyday palettes that I reach for all the time and get a lot more use out of these because these are some nice shadows and I definitely want to get use out of them. I paid an arm, a leg, a kidney, and my firstborn child for this palette, so I definitely want to get more use out of it, and now I will be able to, so I am just so ecstatic right now. And I say that this was a very successful depotting. Okay, so I just went ahead and put these in order by color. I'm not sure if they're 100% in order. I did the best I could. It's kind of confusing when you have like yellows and pinks, but those are the only 2 shades like that in the palette. It's just like, where do you put it? So I just kind of sandwiched those in the beginning because those are light to me and I just wanted to do lightest to darkest. So as you can see, I was successfully able to depot my Natasha Denona $129 freaking Sunset palette. So this is the aftermath. Here is my empty shell of a palette. I'm still going to keep this to use it. It's still a magnetic palette. A lot of the times with these magnetic palettes, what I'll do is I'll actually just cut out this whole little section here and have just an open Z palette for myself. I find it really handy to have, and I can fit more shadows in the palette. So I'm probably going to end up doing that to this guy. If you want to see how I cut out the inside of here, it's pretty self-explanatory, but I have a video on it, so I will go ahead and link it. And that's basically it, guys. I was successful in today's endeavors. So that is going to be wrapping up this video. I do hope that you consider subscribing. I have all sorts of makeup stuff going on here every single week. I do depotting videos and I have lots of makeup stuff for you. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. I hope you are having an absolutely awesome day wherever you are, and thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next time. Bye!